Hey friends, and welcome to the podcast. Before we get into it, I just wanted to thank our sponsor for this week's episode, which is Bauble Bar. Bauble Bar, have you heard of it? If you haven't, I'm going to let you know. Bauble Bar is an incredible online jewelry and accessory store. It is so great, you guys, and I'm not just saying that. Renee and I got to check it out this week, and we got to peruse the site and pick out a few things, and it's honestly a game changer. As you guys know, if you've listened to the podcast before, we always talk about fall being the time to rebrand yourself and find your new vibe. And I certainly have found little ways to add some sass to my wardrobe thanks to Bauble Bar. I walked away with a gold pinky ring with a lion on it. It's incredible. I truly feel like a warrior. I am woman, hear me roar. It's so awesome. And I can guarantee if you go on the site, you're definitely going to find something that's within your budget and your style. They have new arrivals every week and over 1,000 styles, which I can believe. But it's not overwhelming. It's super organized site. It's really streamlined and it really focuses in on what you want. And they've got quirky stuff, delicate stuff, classic pieces, and I'm excited for you guys to peruse. And when you peruse and you find something, which you will, please tag Regular Girls in it and let us know what you got and how you liked it. They have an amazing team. They call it their SWAT team, who answers any questions that you may have. And guess what? You get to speak to a real person if you have any cues that need to be aired. All right? That's what I'm behind. Also, Bauble Bar has free U.S. shipping and free returns. So that means you get to easily try something, and if it doesn't work out, no problem, friend. You get to return it guilt-free, and that's what we like on the podcast. No guilt. So go to baublebar.com and get 20% off using our promo code RegularGirls. That's right. You get 20% off when you use our promo code. So again, that's baublebar.com, and you get 20% off using our promo code. That's Vic scratching in the back because he's very excited by Bauble Bar, and he's not the only one. So guys, check it out. Let us know how you find it. And let's get into the pod, shall we? Thanks, Bauble Bar, for sponsoring us. I really like my ring. Okay, we are recording again.
Great. How do you think it's going so far?
I think it's going great. Hey, everyone. Welcome to Regular Girls. I'm Stacey McGunnigle, your host, joined by my hubs.
Yeah, me, Brendan Halloran.
Brendan Halloran. It's a Brendan Halloran episode. Renee is busy as all hell.
Doing what?
Being more successful than you and I combined.
Probably true.
Probably true. Renee is busy this week. We send her our love. Mm-hmm. Right, Brendan?
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. We love you, Renee.
Yeah. I just like to picture her just like sitting, going like, I'm far too busy. And then she's sitting at home just flipping through a catalog.
Yeah. Fresh red nails and a thin cigarette.
Yeah.
Far too busy. No.
Yeah.
No, so you are joining us this week, which I'm excited about.
Great. I'm excited too then.
That's amazing.
I know.
Great.
Yeah.
It always sounds like we're fighting, but we had a nice afternoon.
It's your tone. It's not me.
Welcome to Regular Girls. I already said that. It's now a minute in. The ship's sinking. So we were talking to each other, Brendan, about what to discuss this week, a topic. Because usually what you do is go through the themes we've discussed.
Your past topics, but it hasn't been that. Well, you've done a couple episodes since I've been on, so...
Yeah, it's a classic mixed bag.
Yeah.
It's kind of how we're moving.
So you can ask me about that, but really what I wanted to do is I wanted to come in here and just slide in. I was like, what would you normally talk about? I was like, I don't have an agenda. I don't have anything I'm pushing. I don't have anything I'm promoting. I just want to come in here and seamlessly replace Renee, who is at home flipping through a catalog.
It should be made clear that you are not even looking at me. So you're kind of doing a one-man show
This
performance.
This is a performance. I am performing to the room.
Okay. Well, we can do a classic mixed bag. So that's where we just kind of talk about our week and then see what sort of inspires us.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, you've had a busy week.
I've had a very busy week. I opened up my show.
Yep.
We'll be better tomorrow.
Have you talked about that at all? We haven't because you haven't been open yet.
Exactly. So I opened my show on Monday. And I'm sure if you follow me on Instagram or Twitter, that's all you're kind of seeing, which I have no bones about that.
No bones. Sorry.
No bones.
Sorry, not sorry about it.
Sorry, not sorry about it. No bones.
No.
So I opened my show.
Why do you think people say that?
No bones.
Yeah. I make no bones about it.
Honestly, I don't know if anyone says it, and I don't think I'm saying it correctly, if I can be honest.
You do have a history of that. taking phrases and not using them correctly.
Really?
Like the phrase "no spice."
Well, first of all, you and your high school friends made up the term "no spice," to
It
which
wasn't
no one
my,
else.
No, it wasn't my high school friend. It was a guy named Nick Chia who would go around saying "no spice" instead of "no problem." So
Right.
if something's easy, you go like, "Yeah, I did that, no spice." And then people started saying it ironically, but then we just started saying it for real. Because when you ironically say something, eventually
It joins the lexicon.
you become the thing that you're parodying.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Totally.
So you say no spice incorrectly. You go like, I don't want to do that, no spice.
Okay, that's not even
And
close.
then for you, that's just like extra like oomph.
Oomph.
Yeah.
It's
like, I
oomph.
really don't want to do it. No, it's oomph.
It's not oomph.
Extra oomph.
Okay, if you're listening to this, please tell us who's right, because it's not oomph.
Extra oomph.
That I've never heard that.
Yeah, if you want a little bit of extra oomph.
You're saying it to me as if you're going to change my mind.
Well, because it's right. I can't believe that me saying it properly is not changing your mind.
Okay, this is a real argument that will last a couple days.
Oomph.
Okay, so I opened the show, no bones, no spice. There was tons of spice. Let's be clear about that. Mm-hmm. But it's now coming to an end as we're recording this on Friday. This is closing night.
This is it.
It's it. It's done. Hopefully we bring it back again. It's just such a fun show.
You'll bring it back.
Got to.
Yeah.
Can I give a shout out? Yes, I can, because it's my podcast and you're the guest.
I'll just lean back here.
No, something really cool happened last night. One of our listeners, a regular girls listener, came to the show.
I heard about this.
Yes, Siobhan. And she came with her girlfriends and came up to me and was like, is it okay if I come up to you? And I was like, my day has been made. Mm-hmm. It was the coolest thing that's ever happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome.
She was lovely, kind, normal.
Mm-hmm. What a thought. What a concept.
What a concept that you put something out on the internet and normal people enjoy it.
And a thoughtful, normal person is interested in it.
I know. Thoughtful, normal. She was wearing a cute outfit. Her friends were lovely.
Yeah, I mean, it's not usually what the internet is.
No, it's not at all. And she was so sweet and was so nice and liked the show and laughed. And then I asked them for a photo. I just couldn't believe it.
You just inverted the whole thing.
I inverted the whole thing. Danielle, my friend Danielle, was there, and she took a photo for us. She took 9 different photos, and they're all terrible. There's one good one.
If you're taking 9 photos in that situation, that means that you are being frantic, and you need to calm down.
And you hear that, Danielle? Are you hearing that, Danielle?
No one should have 9 photos. If someone goes,
No,
"Hey, take a photo," no one should have 9 photos.
No.
9? No, it's too much. That person is just bang, 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 bang,
Okay,
bang, bang, bang.
here's the thing.
It's too much oomph.
Are you adjusted?
Don't think that won't be coming back numerous times.
You're a guy, so you don't understand the importance of multiple takes. If you ask
2 to 3 tops. 9.
If you ask any woman to take a photo, if you're like, oh, can you take a photo for me? We will give you options. We will give you multiple snaps. That's a guarantee. That's
Nice
a regular girl's guarantee. I'm going to give you at least 5 options. At least.
Not 9 though.
Well, I mean, there was 4 women in the photo, so we need options. And let me tell you, my eyes were closed in most of them. And that's because Danielle is 3 feet tall, and I'm sure taking photos of normal-sized people is difficult for her.
Burn.
No, it was really lovely. And Siobhan came up and was talking, and Danielle was like, do you want a picture? And she was being cool about it. And I was like, I want a picture.
Right.
Danielle, please come.
Well, that's great.
Yes, it was wonderful.
Well, if there are any other listeners out there who are listening to this
Right
in the
now,
hours before the show,
they come to Bad Dog 9:30 p.m.
Yeah, in Toronto, Ontario.
In Toronto, get a plane ticket from wherever you're from.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was really cool. It was nice to be like, oh, people listen to this pod. That's amazing.
Yeah. That is very cool.
It was cool. Anyways, and then after that, I left the theater, and Danielle was waiting outside. She'd already gone to McDonald's, and she tossed me a hamburger. And let me tell you, that's friendship right there.
Absolutely. How many times have you had McDonald's this week?
Okay, this is what I also wanted to talk about. Yeah. There's a McDonald's near the theater, and I have dipped my toe. I think twice. No. 3 times.
Because you went once with me. Because I went to opening night, and then we went. No question. And I was mad at you because we didn't order enough.
Okay, because we had some bevs. Mm-hmm. Let's be clear.
Sure.
And that's the only time when I'm like, I should get McDonald's. I don't think I'm ever sober, and I'm like, let's go.
You're never in the middle of the afternoon going like, you know what I need right now?
McDonald's. Never. I mean, unless they want to sponsor this podcast and give me $1 million, then guess what? That's all I'm going to eat.
Yeah. Well, that's all you'll say you're going to eat.
No. That sounds horrible. But I love McDonald's. I love the idea of McDonald's. The idea of it is beautiful. When you come to that realization where you're like, we're going to get McDonald's.
There's a McDonald's 2 doors down. It's open 24 hours. They got that new kiosk thing where you don't even have to talk to anyone.
Amazing.
You just punch in what you want.
Absolutely.
And then you go pick it up.
Because here's the thing in the past, when you have had some bevs and you're making a food-based decision after a couple spritzies.
Right.
The thing that will often deter me from bad food is the transaction.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
The thing that deters you from most things
is the transaction. Yes. Absolutely.
Most transactions don't happen for you because of the transaction.
Oh, I hate a transaction. And it's not that I don't like people. It's just that I have social anxiety, and that is too much. Mm-hmm. Simply too much for me to handle.
Yeah, it's interesting though, because like you'll get into it with people on the phone.
Okay, we're getting real now.
Yeah, you'll get into it with customer service people.
Sure.
But for some reason, if you're just asking for like a piece of pizza or something,
it's too much.
Yeah, you'll be like, I can't do it.
I know. I don't know why. That's weird. So now with McDonald's kiosk, it's truly no problem.
Yeah, and it has been no problem this week 3 times.
It's been no spice.
3 times out of 4 shows.
It's been no. Then that I'm lying, because I had McDonald's on the Sunday before, like when we were doing rehearsal.
So 3 out of 5.
I had a
days.
breakfast sandwich, and then opening we had McDonald's, and then last night I had McDonald's.
Wait, you had a breakfast sandwich on the Sunday?
Yeah,
because I had one too. So you got one before I got one?
Yeah.
Wow, you didn't tell me about that.
I have to tell you all my... there's shame
you
in
do
it.
You do tell me about it.
I know, but there's
it's not like you have to tell me, but you do tell me about almost everything that happens to you in a day.
I know, but here's the thing I don't need to recount is me going into a McDonald's and being like, I absolutely need this for breakfast. It's just something I don't need to relive.
Sometimes it's nice to be there, though, and you're just like, wow, I'm
here.
No,
McDonald's is never a nice place. Like, those commercials are not true.
Yeah, so? It seems like these commercials are not what it actually is.
No, but you know, like I feel like I'm doing like a Jim Gaffigan bit because he talks about McDonald's.
Right.
People are going to listen to that and go, who is Jim Gaffigan? No, but it's just like, you're not happy to be there. You're not like waiting in line. That's why the kiosk is amazing, because I have so often been in the line at McDonald's and the shame of that line has made me leave.
Yeah.
But now the kiosk is like, come on in, Brenda.
Come on in.
No pressure here. No one's
Brenda.
Well, I'm just saying, like, you know.
You could have said Stacey. It's
Could've.
you. You're talking about you.
I know, but I have a fear of saying my name out loud. You know this.
Yeah.
Stacey. What a weird name that I have.
I'm named Brendan. No one knows how to say it or spell it.
It's true, which you would think is it's such like a bland kind of run-of-the-mill name.
My friends don't know how to spell it.
Why?
I don't know.
Oh, I think in one of our first card exchanges, I also spelt it incorrectly.
People still call me Brendan Holleran, and my friends that I've known since
I know,
kindergarten
it's crazy.
Hollerans.
Holleran.
Like,
it's a Halloran's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's spelt Holleran, but like...
Is it though?
It is. If it was one L, it would be Hal. Like I would look at that and go Holleran too. Like I would just think that.
I didn't think that.
But it isn't that.
Maybe
and
that's
we've been
why...
friends for a long time, and I've been saying my name for long enough that it's like, come on, pick up on it.
Okay. Well, maybe that's why we're meant to be, because I never said it incorrectly.
Yeah, 2 stupidest names in the world.
I don't understand. My mom's holding me as a fresh baby, new baby, looks down and goes, let's name her Stacey.
She needs to work at a restaurant. My daughter, she will work at the finest wing place.
Yeah, totally. I mean, I love wing places.
Yeah, because you do a voice in the show.
Yes.
We're just going to talk about this now because I've decided.
Okay.
Of a person who works in an
Sports bar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not putting people who work in sports bars down. I've worked in so many restaurants. It's
Oh my
crazy.
God.
But there is a type.
Totally.
Yeah, and you do this voice that makes me laugh a lot because it's just like
Hi, you ready to party tonight?
yeah. It's just like I've worked with those people who are just like they're like really keen. They're really good at disguising the fact that they are really sad to be working at this.
Oh my God, absolutely. And also it's just like, that's also a nightmare for me. Like when you go to like Jack Astor's or something, I don't know if that's just Canadian. It's gotta be Jack Astor's.
I think they had some in Buffalo. That's the first
Really?
Jack Astor's I ever went to.
So Jack Astor's is like what?
It's like Applebee's.
It's like
or
an Applebee's,
It's a
yeah.
chain restaurant that's like
But when they're like,
Have you been here before? Are you ready to like jack it up?
it's like, oh my God, you don't want to say that and I don't want to hear that.
yeah.
We got half-priced apps. Yay!
Yeah.
Yeah, hate it.
And then they come over and they have the 3 things that they have to pre-sell to
It
sell to you.
sucks.
Hey guys, can I get you a Coors Light or maybe some boneless wings?
Boneless wings.
Boneless wings are making me laugh a lot these days, actually.
No one's going to care about
It's chicken
this.
nuggets.
It's chicken nuggets. It is true. And here's the thing. When you said that to me, because you were like laughing to yourself and I was not paying attention.
Yeah, because every single chain restaurant now offers
Boneless wings. And then you're like, Stacey, those are chicken nuggets. I was like, they are.
They are. They're just like,
How dumb is...
they're
is-
just little chicken balls,
Yeah.
basically, that are tossed in sauce.
You sold me.
Well, listen, I'm not saying they're not delicious, but I'm just saying it's so stupid to call them boneless. Like, it's just such a marketing thing to call them boneless wings.
And also like...
Because if you called them, like, saucy nugs, no one would buy them.
Saucy nugs.
Hey, you guys want to go get some saucy nugs?
You going to Saucy Nugs tonight?
Yeah. Oh, you know it. The waitresses there are amazing.
I love the service at Saucy Nugs.
Yeah.
How long have you been sitting on Saucy Nugs?
I just came up with it right now.
No, be
I'm
real.
Very quick.
Be
No.
real.
Right now, I'm quite good. I'm very quick.
Okay,
Very good at
Brendan.
naming restaurants.
Saucy Nugs. Well, now forever and always when I have chicken nuggets, I will call them Saucy Nugs.
Yeah.
But you were angry with me on Monday for not ordering.
Yeah, because I was like, let's just do it. I was like, let's just go to town.
But I can't.
I
Because
wanted to get 2 things of fries, and that was it. I wanted my own fries, and you were like, no.
you wanted your own large fry, which is just simply too much.
Nah, it's not too much. Kind of.
Can we? No, because here's the thing about McDonald's, and then we'll just let this topic go to rest. But it's like the idea of McDonald's is better than the actual McDonald's because the second you like take a bite of the burger and you're like, oh my God, and the taste is amazing, then you swallow it and you go, oh no, what have I done?
I know.
It's instant regret.
For you, yeah.
Instant regret.
You instantly regret most things, though.
What?
You know that to be true, too.
No, I don't.
You do.
I don't.
See, Renee's not going to call you out on things like I am.
Oh my God, here we go.
Here we go.
Call me out on what?
Just instantly regretting everything. And when I'm just like, lean in, enjoy. And
No,
you're
because
like,
I want to fit into my pants.
yeah. You're not, well, I'm not telling you to have it 3 times a week.
The shade of it all. No, the burger was amazing. It was honestly in that moment. I hope Danielle's listening, but when because I was paying my bill and I was chatting as I do, but when I came down, they had already gone to McDonald's. She had thought of me and got me a cheeseburger, a double cheeseburger at that, which is just incredible. And she was just like, gotta go, bud. Have a good night. Here's the burger. Like, that's friendship.
Yeah.
Like, that's a moment when you go, oh yeah, I found my group here.
Yeah.
This is the person.
It's very nice. It's a very nice gesture.
I paid for the cab. I put the
She
burger.
handled the transaction for you. Maybe
She
she
handled
knows
it.
you don't like the transaction.
She knows. And I paid for the cab and I had to put my burger under my arm while I held the debit machine. And I thought, I've never been more proud to be a woman. Mm-hmm. A burger under the arm.
Yeah.
Come at me, world.
And then I picked up the wrapper off the ground last night when the dog was trying to get at it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that probably happened too. Last night's evening, sponsored by gin. No, but yeah, Danielle's a true friend. So what happened to you this week that we should judge and make fun of? Wow, I'm so glad I had you on the podcast. What thrilling material you're bringing to the table.
Oh, someone's getting angry now.
Do you want to talk about my sweater, what it says?
It says, I hate you all.
Yeah, it was meant to be...
People have seen photos of it.
Yeah, it was meant to be a costume, and then it didn't work for the show. Mm-hmm. And now I just own it, and now I'm just going to have to wear it in the house.
Yeah, you'll find a way to get
I'll
that.
Find a way to make it into the weekly rotation.
Yeah.
But go on.
I saw your show this week, and then I went to work. I work on a television show. I did that. And then...
you write for SC with Jay and Dan.
I write for Sports Center. I write funny things for...
Can you guys hear that? Okay. I don't know if you guys...
Hang on. He'll do it again.
Do you think the mics are picking that up? Okay, guys, let's just explain what is going on. So, I hope you guys can hear that. Okay.
It's the Halloween ghost.
It's the Halloween ghost. No, our neighbor is a singer, I think, or he might not be, but every day he does vocal warm-ups, and they are hilarious.
Yes.
Like, it's just him yelling, essentially.
Yeah, he just goes... I don't want to do it too loud because I don't want him to hear me, because I don't want him to think that I'm making fun of him, because I actually think it's pretty cool.
But what's crazy is it's like it's so loud it goes into our house. Like, he doesn't live above us. He lives next door. So not only does it travel through the side of his house, it's so strong it goes into our house. Mm-hmm. Sound.
What crazy.
What a tricky pickle.
What trip, man.
It's so funny to me. What a joy. I don't even hate it. I look forward to it because it's so dumb.
No, it's just said it was cool. I like it.
So you have nothing to bring to the table.
I mean, honestly, we usually talk about topics here. I mean, like, what do you want? I work for a Sports Center.
Yeah.
I was in there writing just funny stuff because we do a funny version of Sports Center.
Yeah, it's very funny.
And I was there. I was in a borough of Toronto called Scarborough, and I'm there till 1 a.m. most nights.
Well, what did you think of the show then?
Your show?
Yeah.
Thought it was great, and everyone should check it out.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
No, it was a good show.
We do have a scene about how marriage is tough.
Oh, okay.
You've seen it.
Yeah, I've seen the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And some people were like, what? Because I talk about, or I sort of make fun of our marriage.
But is that like some sort of secret or something? Hasn't every sitcom of the past 50 years been based around the concept of, hey, isn't marriage tough?
Yeah, but some
Why are people shocked by that?
I think because, it's not like nice to say. I don't know. Marriage is not easy.
Yeah.
But I also think relationships...
Yeah, man, I've seen King of Queens. That's why I don't understand why people are so like... get so like shocked and like, ooh, I can't believe she's saying things that are like real. It's like, yeah, man, everyone is.
Yeah, because I don't, I mean, we've talked about this before, I think, on the podcast, but it's like when couples are like, love you, like online, I'm like, don't you guys live together? Like, just tell them.
Yeah, text them that.
Text them it, or just say it with your mouth.
Yeah, pick up the phone, give them a call, tell them you love them.
There it is.
Yeah.
No, but relationships are tough. Sorry, we have CNN playing in the background, and I thought Wolf Blitzer was in a haunted house. I thought it was like a themed Halloween.
It just says cliffhanger. Was Lee Harvey Oswald a CIA agent?
Oh, because of JFK. That's what we should talk about. I mean, we're not really informed, but we do like conspiracies here on the pod.
Yep.
They're going to release the
and
JFK docs.
You're a believer, and I'm a skeptic.
I'm not a believer in all conspiracy.
She's a believer, and I'm a skeptic, and marriage is hard, and that's the show.
Oh, my God. Any ad executive or TV executives listening in?
Yeah. It's about a family full of... it's a conspiracy theorist marries a conspiracy skeptic, and their life is hard.
That's just us.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't care. I mean, do we care that Trump is getting to determine...
He does. No.
He can't even read.
Yeah. No, we don't care. This was scheduled to happen, and he just didn't block it, and so he didn't release them.
I think he's going to start blocking them now because on Twitter he's like, we'll release them as we see fit. It's like, okay, here we go.
Well, there's some stuff where the CIA is probably just like, don't release this, and then he'll be like, oh, okay.
He's so stupid.
Yeah, he's dumb.
Baffling. Yeah. Like, I mean, and like, what's crazy is when you call someone stupid, it's such a lame like insult. He literally is stupid.
No, he's not a very smart person.
Yeah, I was watching a clip from Colbert's monologue, I think last night or the night before, whatever. And apparently at that GOP luncheon he had, all he ate was rice and 2 servings of cherry pie. What a stupid clown. I can't even begin. Isn't that so, like, just imagine your boss, you're at a boss or a work lunch, and your boss is going to town on rice and pie.
The thing that weirded me out the other day is that he said, or I guess yesterday when he was making a speech about the opioid crisis, I have a hard time saying opioid.
Oomph.
I gotta put a little oomph behind it so that I can get it out. The opioid crisis.
Ew, your mouth. Go on.
He was talking about how he's never had a drink.
Yeah.
And that just weirds me out because, like,
You think he'd be like a boozer.
you'd hope so with some of the stuff that
I know,
he's
and he's-
tweeting.
yeah.
But he's not. He's just like, he's stone cold sober.
That's what's terrifying.
Doing all this stuff, and it makes him that much more like if he was just like, even if he was just a guy who, like, at the end of the day he had a scotch or something like that, or on the weekend he's just like, you know what, I'm having this bourbon right here, because he wouldn't drink beer, I don't think, and he doesn't seem like that much of a wine guy. He seems like a
Scotch guy,
like a Scotch on the rocks type guy or something
Sure.
like that, because he's a
Although in
a
truth,
fat cat.
he's probably a Palm Bay guy.
He could be.
He likes the
He
sweets.
could be delicates. Could be into the delicates. But like that, I would just go like, I would understand him more. I would understand where he's coming from
Right.
more. But as a guy who's just like, I've never had a drink, I'm just like, then you're crazy.
Oh yeah,
That
it's insane.
and you don't have to drink consistently. I'm just saying, if you never and you act like that,
You'd hope that he was maybe influenced.
it's one of the things that's thrown me for the biggest loop.
Weird.
Yeah, it's strange. It's just because at least some of his behavior could have been categorized to like, oh, well, he has a gin and, the Twitter fingers get a little loose.
Ew, Twitter fingers.
Yeah. You know what? You never heard that song? You never heard that lyric before?
From what?
Trigger fingers turned to Twitter fingers. It's a Drake line when he was calling out Meek Mill.
Oh wow, you know a lot of stuff.
I know the 3 things. Oomph. That one Drake lyric.
Right.
And boneless wings.
Oh God. Okay, with that, we're gonna take a small break so I can talk about our sponsee. Hello, everyone. Yes, this is thank our sponsor time, and I'd like to give a huge thank you to our second sponsor of the episode, which is HelloFresh. We, at Regular Girls, we love HelloFresh. We love them. They have been so lovely to us. And if you're new to HelloFresh, let me tell you about it, shall we? HelloFresh is the meal kit delivery service that makes cooking more fun so you can focus on the whole experience, not just the final plate. Each week, HelloFresh creates new delicious recipes with step-by-step instructions designed to take around 30 minutes. And it's great for everyone from novices to seasoned home cooks. HelloFresh sources the freshest ingredients, measured to the exact quantities needed, so there is no food waste, which is incredible. And get this, it's less than $10 a meal. Yeah, and right now HelloFresh is offering light autumn meals. They are delicious, I can attest. They come pre-packaged, the delivery is incredible, it's an insulated, great box, everything's fresh, everything's amazing. And now we have no excuse, people. We can start cooking in our kitchens again, and it's simple. So for $30 off your first week of HelloFresh, visit HelloFresh.com and enter our promo code RegularGirls30. Seriously, you guys, we love HelloFresh. I use them all the time. I highly recommend it. And if you use them, let us know. So again, for $30 off your first week of HelloFresh, visit HelloFresh.com and enter our promo code RegularGirls30. Thanks, HelloFresh. We really appreciate it. All right, now we're back.
Oh, wow.
Wasn't that nice?
Yeah, it was great.
HelloFresh, who knew?
We did. We've had it.
We've had it. We love it.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah, it was super easy.
Yeah, did you enjoy it?
I did. We made burgers, remember?
Oh,
We rarely make burgers. Like, we don't ever make burgers.
I know.
We don't ever make meat.
We don't really in the house, no.
Yeah.
But it was nice, and I did have to go for a nap instantly.
Yeah, you did.
That first time.
I didn't. I was just like jacked up.
Checked out because we never have meat.
Yeah. Red meat, it gives you a bit of an oomph.
Now, let's get a little oomph going to this pod. Is this content? I don't know. It's going okay.
So far?
I think it's going great.
Great, me too.
You know, I always feel like we add a little politics when you come by.
Sure. You want to get political?
No. Not on the pod.
Not on the pod.
It's just like the world literally is coming to an end. It feels like we're days away from it imploding. Truly.
I don't know. We've been walking on the wire so long that I'm kind of just used to the wire.
But isn't that crazy?
Yes, of course it's crazy.
I mean, it's just insane. It's just insane.
Yeah. I did recently think about unfollowing Donald Trump.
That's crazy.
I thought, and I really came close to doing it because I just decided that he is like this isn't him doing stuff and then the media's reporting on it. It's him inserting himself into every single aspect of life now.
Right.
So then now he's going after, he's like inserting himself into sports and the like NFL and the less covered NBA stuff that he was getting into. And it's just like I was tired. I was like, I'm tired of knowing what the president of the United States feels about everything. I don't care how he feels about things.
What do you think, like, the, journalists, like on, CNN, MSNBC, all that kind of stuff, are like feeling? They must be exhausted.
There's got to be some sort of fatigue that sets in, but also this is like a gold rush at the same time too. There's never been more stuff to cover. Never been more interest in the things that you are covering. There's
just so much. It's crazy. First of all, I had forgotten about Donald Trump Jr.'s meeting with the Russians, which is insane.
I bet you could look at a list of things that have happened since the inauguration and you would be like, whoa, oh yeah, I remember all of this stuff.
It's gotten to the point
where
there's
6 or 7 things a week. There's a new thing every day. But that's of Trump's making. And that's why I was thinking about unfollowing him, because it's like he's just inserting himself into every conversation. He wants you to read these things. He wants to dictate what people are going to talk about. He likes that he can say something on Twitter and then he looks at his television and it's on the television. He thinks that's neat.
It's crazy. I don't even sound educated in my response, but it is truly exhausting.
Right. So it's like I didn't want to, because people go like, oh, then you shouldn't become fatigued by it, because then that's how the bad things happen. This is what dictators do essentially.
Sure.
They wear you down to the point where you're just like, I don't even care anymore.
Right.
But it's not about not caring. It's about I would still follow the news, but it's just about I'm just going to get my news from not the president's tweets anymore.
Right. That's smart.
But I couldn't do it. I mean, just what if
the cops are coming? How dare you unfollow
the thought police?
The thought police. It's really exhausting, and it's just. Again, it just is baffling how much is going on, how heavy it feels, and we're now in Canada, but still,
it's no different. Honestly, I don't feel any different living in Canada than I did when we were living in the States. It's the same level of coverage and omnipresent. I just wish Justin. I don't even know what's happening in Canada.
I just someone jaywalked or something. No, stuff is happening.
Yeah,
but it's I just wish Justin Trudeau would just be like, oh, this guy's a piece of shit.
Yeah, but you can't do that.
But you can say it nice and clear.
You can call him out a bit.
I kind of just want someone to when he has those, officials come and they sit in, what room do they sit in? And they take photos and he squats like he's sitting on a squatty potty.
The Oval Office.
Is that actually the Oval Office?
Yes, I'm pretty sure.
Just off to the side or something?
No, it's on the other side of the room, across from the desk.
Oh, it's across from the desk. Okay. So I just want someone to just be like, this guy's a jackass and screw this guy. Mm-hmm. It would be the best.
Stupid. I think it's the Oval Office.
Now we don't know. Oh, listen, we say things pretty confidently on this podcast, and then
it's the Oval Office.
It's the Oval Office. To change subjects because this is daunting. I did an improv show recently, and had to. It was a corporate event, and I had to do a Donald Trump impression. People love it. Not my impression, but we were like, oh, a celebrity comes in, and everyone's like, Trump.
Donald Trump. You saw Pauly Shore yell that at a show.
I did. Pauly Shore did
at a UCB show.
Ruined the show. The improvisers were so sad. They were like, can we get a celebrity? And someone yelled Donald Trump, and they were like, really, dude? They had no idea it was Pauly Shore. in the corner. And I was just like, that was my first like real like I'm in LA moment. I was like,
Donald Trump.
yeah. I was like, there's Pauly Shore in the
Pauly
back
Shore, yeah.
ruining an improv show. Right?
Yeah, just doing the most base thing you can do.
And it was sad, and they were sad, and they took the suggestion, but they were mad about it.
Mm-hmm.
And he was just sitting there so proud of himself. And it's like, why? Why did you do this, Pauly?
Pauly Shore has always been proud of himself.
Oh, and that's a problem.
Isn't that crazy to think about how
Yeah.
proud of Pauly? But you're a Pauly Shore fan. You're an apologist.
Is that what they're called?
When you apologize, when you basically
I
apologize for someone?
No, I thought you meant an apologet. Like, I thought it was like his, I don't know.
Yeah, that's what his fans are. That's pretty good. That's what his fans are called. Apologists.
Yeah. So stupid.
You should tweet that, actually. That's really,
What?
yeah.
Pauly Shore
The Pauly
fans
Shore
are called-
fan club is just called the
You
Apologists.
You know who would retweet that? Pauly Shore.
Maybe.
Here's the thing. Pauly Shore is very reachable. That's the thing about Pauly Shore.
He's accessible.
He's accessible. You're tweeting at Pauly Shore, you can guarantee yourself a retweet. That's for sure.
Probably. You can't subtweet him. He's got a save search for his name.
Absolutely. But I was a big Pauly Shore fan. I was a huge Pauly Shore fan.
You know
in
who
the
has
Army
that?
now.
Sorry, not to interrupt.
Oh, please.
Frank D'Angelo.
Okay, we're not okay. People who don't know what we're talking about, Frank D'Angelo is like a true thug.
Honestly, sometimes all I want to do is talk about Frank D'Angelo.
We're not
so
talking
crazy.
about it's
You
a
wanna
guy
talk about Pauly Shore or Frank D'Angelo?
he's sort of like this like he likes to like pretend he's in like the mafia or something. I'm probably gonna
when you describe him, people go like that's not even a real person.
He's a guy who has a cable access show in Canada.
He has more than that. He was
in movies.
He was a guy who inherited a beverage business.
He inherited a beverage business.
Yeah.
Who cares about this? We're not talking about this.
You don't want to talk about Frank D'Angelo?
No, I don't. Not on this podcast. I'm the host.
Listen. I'm just gonna take over for just 2 seconds.
No, we're not talking about it.
I implore you to look up Frank D'Angelo and just read all about this guy.
It's insane.
It's crazy. He is a crazy person who has a million things going. He has his own sports website.
Really?
He does a sports show that's like 2 hours long of him like live streaming a sports show.
Guys,
with
it's
just
crazy.
like these old Toronto broadcasters.
Weird.
Yeah. And he's into podcasts, and he makes movies with like James Caan, and he hosts a talk show on
Why do
cable
you know
access
so much?
out of the basement of his restaurant, and his restaurant is called Forget About It.
That's not there. That's not there anymore.
It's closed down.
It's closed down. Forget About It is gone. It was a real restaurant that was near Second City called Forget About It. Brendan, you're a little obsessed with Frank D'Angelo.
I like him. I don't like him, but I'm
No, you
fascinated
don't
by
like him. But look it up.
I'm fascinated by him.
Now, what made you think of him when I brought up Pauly Shore?
I don't remember that.
Being accessible?
Yes, it is accessible because I subtweeted at him. I tweeted
Yes,
a joke.
it was
about
scary.
him, and then he found me, and he also found our friend Norm, and
Was mad.
Yeah, sent him an email with the subject line like "Hey, dickhead" or something like that.
Yeah, intense.
Yeah, he's intense.
So don't bother him.
Or do it for just the strict fun of it. It's fun.
What, to watch his stuff?
It's
It's terrible.
Oh yeah, it is fun to watch his movies too. They are the worst movies I've ever seen in my life.
Unlike Pauly Shore with Encino Man, which is awesome. Although I don't want to rewatch them because they may not hold up. Like In the Army Now, Son-in-Law, Encino Man,
I think you should rewatch it.
Biodome. Biodome I didn't even really enjoy, but I watched it a whole bunch.
Yeah.
You think I should rewatch them?
Yeah.
That would actually be a really funny like live stream, like for like a Sunday, like a full day stream where I have to watch, or like I watch old Pauly Shore movies.
Yeah, you could do that for your movie stream.
Yeah, maybe I'll do that as a segment for my for Maybe I'll Stay Home. My podcast is I'll review old Pauly Shore movies, see if they hold up.
Yeah.
Spoiler, they don't.
Yeah, it's a 4-episode podcast.
Yeah, what are the other ones? So In the Army Now,
Son-in-Law,
Jury Duty,
Biodome,
Encino Man.
5.
There's got to be more.
I mean, I'm sure there's more, but like those are the
good ones.
yeah.
And what was like, the weasel? He's like, We were like, yeah, do the weasel.
What, the weasel?
Maybe we did the weasel.
No, I don't remember that.
You weren't a Pauly Shore fan.
I was not an apologist, no.
An apologist. Hilarious. What was like your kind of Pauly Shore? What was your Pauly Shore? Who was it?
I guess like somebody that you liked at the time, but then don't really like right now. He's not like Jim Carrey, even though he's not technically a Pauly Shore, but like he was really big and like had specific comedies that I really liked. And then now I go back and I'm like, I don't really like Jim Carrey at all.
No one likes Jim Carrey now. He's weird now.
Yeah, but at the time, like when the first Ace Ventura came out,
hilarious.
I thought it was the funniest thing that had ever been created.
Absolutely.
I was like, I just couldn't handle it.
Now here's the thing.
When I was like 12 or 13 or whenever that movie came out.
Do you think that movie holds up? I don't think it does, because now I watch him moving his face and I go, it's a little too much.
Yeah, it is a little too much.
But I guess it was like the first kind of its kind. Like that sort of genre.
Yeah.
I'm sure I'm wrong on that, but for me it was
I haven't seen it in a long time.
It's so physical. It's so too much. There was this guy in my high school who was obsessed with Jim Carrey, and he would always do like physical gags like in the hallway. And we were all like, Mike, stop. And none of us liked it. Like he would pretend his foot was stuck on the ground for far too long. And he would try and get his foot off. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, cool guy.
Yeah, like so lame. And then he would like finally get it released and then like put it on the wall. Like he was a big Jim Carrey like guy.
Yeah, he was a bit of a mime.
Yeah, it was just too much. Like I can't.
But if he was doing that bit, why didn't everyone just walk away from him?
We did. But then you'd like look back and he'd still be doing it.
Well, then at that point, he's not hurting anyone.
I know, but it's just
for him. Hey, he doesn't do it for you.
He does it for him.
He does it for him.
Like also The Mask. Like I wonder if that's still good.
Probably not.
Because we were talking on the podcast about Cameron Diaz being, I think she still is the highest paid actress, which is baffling to me.
She's been in successful movies, I guess. You know.
I mean, and I like...
She's bankable.
She's bankable, I guess. But like, and I think she's good, but the highest paid actress? That's crazy. When I was like, I think for like rom-coms and like that sort of vibe, I feel like Sandra Bullock should undoubtedly be the highest paid.
Yeah, I feel like Sandra Bullock probably should too. I feel like Cameron Diaz I feel like everyone involved with There's Something About Mary got to ride that for a really long time. Like,
I hated that movie.
I liked it at the time. I haven't watched it since. I don't know if I'd still like it. I remember seeing it in theaters and thinking it was really funny. But the Farrelly brothers,
I just don't think
everyone
I'm a fan
involved
of
with that movie that movie had a really long tail that just people wrote on for forever. So like the Farrelly brothers were like 6-7 movies removed from it, and they're still saying, from the guys who brought you There's Something About Mary.
I just did not like that movie, and everyone did. And I'm going to be honest with you. I just pretended I liked it. I don't even think I've seen it all the way through. Because I was just like, I hate this.
Did you see it in theaters?
No, I didn't see it in theaters.
Too young.
Maybe I was too young. But I just remember it was like kind of blue.
Yeah.
And I just like, I'm just
not...
not...
he zips up his nuts.
I know, and I just like, I've never been a fan of that. Not even like I'm not a prude at all, but it's just like, for some reason, that humor to me, I'm just like, it's so base, and I'm like, I'm not into it. Even as like a teen, like American Pie, I was like, who cares?
Mm-hmm. Let me tell you, high school Brendan was way into There's Something About Mary.
Yeah, all guys were. All like teens were, because it was just like, it just seemed like so adult and like, oh, look at us, like...
Yeah, there were just things that I had never seen in movies before.
Yeah, but it's too much. Like now I think back, like the actors having to act that out, like having the prosthetic nuts in the zipper is like, imagine being the actor.
You don't have to act the prosthetic nut.
No, but like imagine like you call me from set and you're like, hey, what's going on? I'm like, oh, I'm just in my pants with my fake nuts in the zipper. Like, what am I doing with my life?
I'd be like, yo, take a pic?
Yo, take a pic.
Yo, what does that look like?
But it's just like, I just never like got into it. And like American Pie, when like Biggs is like having sex with the pie, I was just like, I don't care about this. I don't know what that meant for me. Maybe I was just always like an old lady who I was like, can't it just be a love story?
It's really weird that you're like, those movies are stupid, but Pauly Shore movies, they're A-okay.
I understand how hypocritical that sounds. Yeah. I understand it. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You have a different taste.
A different taste, but like also I enjoyed Jackass. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But then I quickly didn't. Like, I think it was a very, like, I think I had a Jackass VHS tape. Like, I was into it. But then I promptly then stopped being a fan.
Yeah.
Remember when Johnny Knoxville was popular? Like, everyone was about him. Now I see him and I'm like,
I think he's going to come back around.
He's like, who wants to punch me? Who wants to punch me? It's like, just go home, buddy. Go home, Johnny.
Listen, everyone's punched you, man.
Yeah. We don't want to punch you anymore, dude. Just go home.
Yeah, well, the Jackass thing kind of got a little out of control. And then I think back, like, when I was in university.
Pranks? Who cares?
Yeah. It was just like, but the stuff that spawned out of it was like they did the Jackass stuff, but then everyone went off and did their own solo things. And I remember watching a Steve-O video when I was in university.
Yeah.
And it was just him at a resort, and he was like just doing like weird drugs like ketamine and stuff like that. And then it was him, like, he was on the roof of the resort, and everyone was like, whoa, crazy. And I remember sitting at the time going like, what is this?
It's weird.
It just got too crazy.
Bam Margera or whatever.
Oh yeah, he's an interesting case too. He's a very sad spot right now.
Yeah,
look him up from time. I look him up from time to time
Me
just
too.
to see what's going on.
Because
he was one of my
him.
favorites.
Yeah.
I really liked him. I thought he was like cool, right?
And his dad Phil.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that, and it's just like, and then I'm like, why are we like? I don't understand pranks. I just don't get it. I just don't get the pranks. I'm an old lady. I don't care about the pranks.
I don't understand the pranks, but you like the pranks. You're into them.
I liked the pranks for a second, and then I quickly fell off the Jackass train. Quickly, yeah. Not cool.
Yeah, I think those guys they all got way into drugs and stuff like that.
Which was sad. I mean, obviously, like, you're just throwing your body around, you know, and now Steve-O's trying to do stand-up. I haven't seen it, but I know he does like pranks and like, what's not pranks? What stunts. Yeah, now he's doing stunts.
Well, he's a stunt guy, right?
Yeah, but do you ever think he just goes home at night and he sees the tattoo on his back of himself giving a thumbs up, and he's just like, the money's gone, man.
I don't know. Of all the tattoos I've seen, that's probably the coolest one. It just says, yeah, dude, I rock. It's funny. It's objectively funny.
Yeah, I guess it is. But
yeah, dude. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I don't know. What is this podcast even about?
Everything.
Are you having a good time?
We're having a mixed bag.
We are having a true mixed bag. We're getting a lot of like boy perspective on this. Mm-hmm. You're bringing a lot to the table.
Yeah, that's what I think.
Also, can we quickly touch on the fact that you said to me, in all honesty, while sitting on the couch, "Wow, Stacey, you were really right about Anna Faris and Chris Pratt." That I was on the nose about it.
Listen, we all know that you were right.
But isn't
at this
it crazy?
point, you're just
gloating.
You're dancing on a grave.
That's terrible. A family was broken.
It is. What do you mean? That's terrible for me. You are literally going, I was right. I was right.
No,
it was me.
I'm the reason that they have two homes.
I knew it was broken the whole time.
But it's just crazy. And now she's coming out with this book, and he wrote the foreword for her book. This was before the divorce.
Oh. They didn't think to just drop the forward?
No, because I think they're trying to be like...
Cool about it?
Which I can get behind. I can dig that. But now she's doing this big press tour.
Mm-hmm. And everyone just wants to ask her about the forward.
Right. And now she's dating some guy. I think he's like a cinematographer or something. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so no one's talking about the book. Everyone's talking about the...
No, everyone's just talking about the book. And guess what? I don't want to hear about it. Can you imagine a celebrity just went on like a late night talk show and was like, we're divorced. It sucks. We're not talking right now. I think he's starting to date other people. Like, just really gave us the scoop we wanted to know.
That's the show you should host.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'll just pitch that to people. And I'm like, no, but honestly,
you
the
just come on and you tell
celebrities...
me what's really going on.
Yeah, you tell me what's really going on.
And here's the catch of the show. I already know.
I already
knew it.
Oh, God.
I knew it for months, and I was saying it for months.
Well, Chris Pratt just got weird, and now he's like not even good. Like, remember that movie with Jennifer Lawrence, which I suspected was the biggest catalyst, and Anna Faris did confirm. Mm-hmm. But that movie disappeared because who cares? What's it about? No, thank you.
It did disappear.
Yeah.
Well, it was a bad movie.
I wonder how much money it cost
A lot.
and how much they got back.
It was a massive flop.
Massive flop.
Yeah.
It just is now. Chris Pratt is just like, he's supposed to be a little chunky and funny. That's why we like him.
I
He's
don't
a
think
big, dumb
people
baby.
didn't tune that out because of the way he looked or the way he's acting right now. It was just that people just heard it. It looked bad. The previews made it look bad. It got bad reviews. It looked stupid. The whole
And
thing
you know
looked
what's
dumb.
crazy about it? This is what I think the PR stunt was too. I don't know if people will find this interesting. My anxiety is like at a 12.
Yeah.
But what was crazy about that movie is they made them go out, Jennifer Lawrence and Chris Pratt together, and do ads, which is that's when you know the movie's bad, is when the co-stars are like on Ellen together. You know what I mean? They're really pushing it.
Yeah.
And then they made them talk about like their sex scenes and stuff. So it was like, ladies, there's stuff for you too. There's smooching.
Right.
And like made them talk about it.
But they were trying to sell the dynamic that maybe they were together
Exactly.
as intrigue because they knew the movie was a stinker.
So the rumors start flying that, oh, they were kind of together, or like there was great chemistry on set. And then here's like Anna Faris being like insecure about that. And Chris Pratt doing nothing to dissuade.
That's right.
But I think it's weird if like I was an actress and they were like, so you're going to go on a tour with Chris and, talk about like the sex scene funniness. And it's like, I'd be like, what? He's married. I'm not talking about that. But you have to. And it has to be like, haha, isn't it funny?
Yeah.
And then what? So I imagine them just like getting back into a car together just silently and being like, I think that went well.
Yeah.
I think that went well.
phones in a car and like a black like Escalade that somebody's driving them around to the next set.
Yeah.
The next studio. And then, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, this is not a new, like, I'm not the first person to think of it, but it is like his marriage is on the brink. They're trying to sell this show or this movie. That's terrible.
Yeah. So you guys had to do a little bit of kissing.
Yeah. And then they have to talk about it.
Yeah.
And Jennifer Lawrence is trying to be too cool about everything.
Yeah, you have a problem with her.
No, I think I would like her, but I think it's interesting how quickly, like, because she used to be like the it girl. She's so real. She fell when she won her Oscar. And you're like, oh, she's pretty cool. And then you hear from her mouth that in this movie she just did, she had a tent to escape the drama of the things she was accessing during the hard scenes. She had a tent set up that played the Kardashians 24/7. And she had notes that she wrote, imaginary notes from the Kardashians to her. Mm-hmm. That, to me, is cuckoo bananas.
I feel like people can hide that cuckoo bananas behind the phrase my artistic process.
I literally cannot deal.
Yeah.
Acting it's certainly not easy, but you're not a surgeon.
It's like when you see actors even on a commercial set and they're being too much and too
can't.
weird and doing weird acting things, and you're like, listen, man, just eat the burger.
Eat the burger and shut up.
Yeah.
But it's like, yeah, so this mother, which also disappeared.
Oh, yeah, because that was a bad movie.
Bad movie, right? And she's like going on like all the late night talk shows and like drinking wine because has anxiety, and now talking about her artistic process, which includes a tent. Can you imagine working on that set and having to build that tent? I'd lose my mind.
Well, people get weird because essentially you get to a certain point where nobody will ever dare say to you, that's weird.
Which is terrifying.
Why are you doing that?
Terrifying.
But just every idea you have all of a sudden becomes a good idea.
But isn't that crazy? Like, so literally Chris Pratt doesn't know that he is now weird. Because everyone around him is being like, tight bod, so funny. You're the best, Chris. You're so goofy. Like,
yeah, you're hilarious. You're super funny. You're great.
I know. And listen, I'm known to watch a blooper reel from time to time. They're so funny. They just get me. Mm-hmm. One of my guiltiest pleasures, I think, is I love a blooper reel. Isn't that so embarrassing?
You like America's Funniest Home Videos.
I really don't. I like film set blooper reel.
You're more of America's Funniest People.
Hello. No, but I was watching a blooper reel. I'll have to show it to you because it was from Guardians of the Galaxy 2. And I thought, oh, this will be funny. Mm-hmm. No. Chris Pratt, not funny. In at least the blooper reel. And like him trying to be goofy with Zoe Saldana. It's like, I can't even begin.
Yeah.
But he thinks he's hilarious. And now Jennifer Lawrence doesn't think that her writing a note. Can you imagine being her assistant and watching her, guys, burgers drinking. I'm sure you'll hear that. But can you imagine being Jennifer Lawrence's assistant, watching her write pretend notes from like Kim Kardashian to her?
It's probably the assistant who had to write the notes.
Exactly. Oh my God. I didn't even think about it. Can you imagine calling me from work? What'd you have to do today? Oh, I had to write these fake notes to Jennifer from Kim Kardashian.
What do you think Kendall would say?
Oh my God. What a nightmare.
Yeah.
This is the problem. Like, again, I like Amy Schumer, but now her like stand-up is about like going on private jets. And aren't helicopters fun? And it's like, I don't want to hear about that.
Mm-hmm. You become unrelatable.
Burgers drinking an entire ocean. Welcome back. Yeah, you're unrelatable. Like I follow her on Instagram and now she's like working out in her mansion with a personal trainer.
See, I also have this theory too that people don't get weird. They're just are weird, and now all of a sudden they're famous.
Because
Because Chris Pratt's story is that he lived in a van and was like trying to become an actor. And
it was a vacuum salesman.
Salesman and stuff like that, and it's like,
just go work at H&M, dude. Yeah.
Like if that's what, if you had that friend who was doing that, you'd be like, yeah, my friend's weird. But now all of a sudden,
my weird actor friend living in a van right now selling vacuums.
Yeah, I feel like it's you start weird and then that fame process just indulges the weirdness.
Yeah, I mean, like I'm not normal.
Oh no, you're weird.
I'm weird, but I feel like
I've had to write a couple Kardashian notes for you too. Don't worry, Stacey, it's going very well.
Love, Chloe.
Yeah.
I just think if I had like the money, I just don't think I would be that strange. Like I wouldn't be like, oh, I need a tent with this playing constantly, or I don't know. But maybe I would. I have no idea. You wouldn't get weird?
No, I don't think so.
But I think I always wanted like fame, and now it just seems really troubling to me. Like I want success now. I don't want fame.
Yeah.
Fame is just like, ugh, no, thank you. Absolutely don't want it.
Yeah, no.
And I know that sounds probably like a lie, but I do want to be successful.
Yeah. But you don't want to be.
Having yes people around, like when you see it, you're like, that's just insane. Mm-hmm. It's just, you just become like a crazy person.
Yeah. Got to have some checks and balances.
Totally.
Can't just do whatever you want.
Lesson learned.
We're
coming up near the end.
Oh, okay.
So I thought what we could do is maybe talk about Halloween.
Oh, all right.
Because Halloween it's coming out today. We're recording this and it's going to go up today. Mm-hmm. And then
Halloween's next week. Most people celebrate it on the Saturday.
On the Saturdays.
If you're doing a party.
So I just thought maybe we can just do like the last 10 minutes, do some Halloween do's and don'ts.
Do's and don'ts?
From two people in their 30s.
Can I do something?
Yes.
I don't know what to go for as Halloween. For as Halloween.
As Halloween. Maybe you just go as Halloween.
Maybe I just go as Halloween. I am Halloween.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah. So if anyone has any ideas, because otherwise I'm just going to go as a boat waiter.
So Brendan has this thing where when he used to work at Comedy Bar, which is where we met.
Yes.
You were
so many years ago.
So many years.
8 years.
8 years ago. You were a boat waiter. So you were a waiter
who works on a boat.
It was very funny. You had a captain's hat. It was charming and wonderful.
Yeah.
And then, so you were that for a couple of years because you worked. You would bartend Halloween, which is like such a smart idea.
Yeah,
you make so much money.
And the costume is great because essentially it's not bulky. It's something, but it's not in the way. You can still maneuver around.
Easy peasy.
Then when I quit, I basically got to. I basically just started elevating the costume. I made cardboard boats to carry to that
which
I was
great.
In and stuff. And
yacht waiter.
Yacht owner.
Yeah, yacht owner was the last.
Yeah.
That was the year when I went as the woman named Donna.
Right.
That was a good year.
Yeah.
People have been speculating that the I Hate You All is a piece from Donna. Mm-hmm. It's not.
It's not.
No.
I've been speculating.
They have been speculating on Insta. What's my life? Oh my God. Is everyone a yes person?
Yeah. Well, a lot of people have been talking about whether or not this is from a Halloween costume from 5 years ago.
It wasn't 5 years ago. It wasn't 5 years ago.
It's close.
No. Donna? No, you're thinking Halloween Mom, which is my most coveted and most prized Halloween costume.
Oh, Donna was 2 years ago.
Donna was 2 years ago.
Okay. So anyways, what I'm saying is that I need a Halloween costume, and it's got to be easy because I'm really not going to put any effort into it.
I know.
And
what if you just wear a big mustache and you're just a guy with a stash?
I'm Mark.
Honestly, guys, if you're listening to this, or guys and gals, I'm telling you, go as a character, as a bit. It's funny. You go to don't be too much about it. Obviously, you read the room. That's essential. But you go in as like a woman named Donna. Then you just have a bit for the whole night, and it's fun, and people get into it. I think that's like a boat waiter. What a great idea. Then you got a bit. It's funny. We're having a good time. It's easy.
It's essentially just a captain's hat and a tape mustache.
Tape mustache. Those are essential. It's so funny. This year, I am planning to go. It's Freddie Mercury from I Want to Break Free. So the wig, the mustache, the mini skirt. It's going to be tough to collect. But I may...
You're running out of time.
I'm running out of time because I've been busy with this show. Yep. Eating McDonald's. So we'll see how it turns out. But this year, we're going to have a little house party, which is interesting. Mm-hmm. And then the pre-party.
Pre-party.
And so we'll see how it goes and see what costume I get. But I think you should just like pick a character and go with it.
The after party, you know where that is.
McDonald's. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
I'm telling you right now, it's happening.
Brendan just now picked up the microphone pouch, like where I keep it, and lifted it up and zipped it closed in front of the microphone.
I get antsy.
Why are you antsy?
Because I'm a naturally antsy person.
I'm the natural.
I'm an antsy person, and I'm an apologist.
So stupid. So anyways, for the last 5 minutes we've got, do we have any classic do's or don'ts? Here's the thing. Bring a coat. Don't be a hero. Wear a coat.
No, you don't have to wear a coat.
Brendan, if it's cold. Listen, when you see women out and you're like, or girls like in their 20s or whatever, and you're like, you look cold.
Listen, but sometimes a coat is not practical. If you're going to a bar that's like really crowded and stuff, where are you going to put that coat? You should worry about that coat.
Also, maybe integrate in your costume a place to hold your wallet and your phone or your cards. Because how many cards do you find at the end of a Halloween night?
This is cards.
Like credit cards.
Oh.
What did you think I meant? Halloween cards?
I didn't know what you meant. That's why I was asking.
Like, you were a bartender. I'm just saying.
My baseball cards.
I'm just saying, as a bartender, how many wallets and cards and keys and phones do you find at the end of Halloween?
I did. If I found them, it was because people left them left without paying their tab and left them at the bar.
Does that happen a lot?
Oh yeah, all the time.
And then what happens? You just charge them?
Yeah, you charge them, and then you keep it in the register, and then they come back the next day.
No, but not a big deal. Is it annoying?
Yes. It is annoying because you won't get tipped on them just because of the way the system works.
Also, here's a little tip. Uber is going to be expensive.
Expensive.
Yep. So plan that accordingly.
Your do's and don'ts is just mom advice.
No, that's practical advice. What's your advice?
You're being Halloween mom right now.
I am being Halloween mom. I'm concerned. Mm-hmm. Let me tell you, when I went as Halloween mom, breezy pants, cardigan, I was warm. I gave out raisins. It was the best. And I gave out advice, too.
Yep.
Burger's just really making all of the noise. But do you have any advice?
Half-price chocolate the day after Halloween.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's
the cool stuff.
That's our friend Glenn and Liv, the coolest couple we know.
Yep.
They go big on that.
Also, just smile and nod at everyone because they're probably a friend of yours and you do not recognize them.
Oh my God,
so
happens
many
all
times
the
people
time.
have come up to me and been like, "Hey," and I've just had to go like, "Hey, man, that's a great costume," and I was like, "I have no idea who that was."
Here's also another tip: when someone comes up to you and goes, "Are you blank?" If you're not that, just say, "Yeah, man." And then move on.
Yeah, dude.
No one wants...
Don't explain the costume.
Don't explain the
costume in a big, loud room.
It's annoying when it's like, oh, I'm actually this play on word. It's a bit of a pun. I don't have time for that. I'm only asking because I'm waiting for my white wine spritzer.
Spritzer.
A spritzer with a little oomph.
Oomph.
A little oomph of lime in it.
Yeah, that's what they call a lime. Stacey goes, "Can I get a little oomph?" And they're like,
Wait.
What?
You're crazy.
Are you ready to party with me? That sounds like
Oh
a
my God,
witch.
are you a Halloween mom?
You Halloween mom? I am. Thank you. Well, Brendan, we really did it. This was a true mixed bag.
Yep.
I had such a lovely time talking with you. You're getting so antsy. You're shaking your leg.
A little bit of everything.
You've taken your hat off, and now you're playing with
This little bird
This little bird that we just have in our house.
that made the trip from Los Angeles for some reason.
How did that survive the move from Los Angeles?
I don't know.
It's like a paper bird.
Yeah.
The things you bring. Now
The things you deem important.
Yeah, the things you deem. That's a whole nother podcast
whole
that we
nother
could
podcast.
really unpack,
Yeah.
which would be great. I'm excited for our new podcast, The Apologists.
That's your podcast. I'm not going to be on that one.
You're going to be a guest on it. You're going to watch the movies with me, and we're going to talk about them.
I don't want to watch that much Pauly Shore movie.
You've got the time. I'll bring the McDonald's. But guys, if you're listening to this, have a nice Halloween. Stay safe. Eat the candy. It doesn't count on Halloween. And
Christmas right around the holiday season, right around the corner.
holiday season right around the corner, which is crazy. So I'm enjoying autumn, the last bits of it that I can enjoy. I guess we should do like a Halloween ghost. We haven't done a ghost in a while. I never do them. Renee does them.
Right.
She hasn't done one. People are like, where's the Halloween ghost? So for Halloween, maybe you could do.
Maybe you could do it. Have you ever done one?
No, I don't.
I think this is what people want to hear.
No, they don't.
They want to hear Stacey of the Regular Girls.
We'll hear it one
do
day.
The regular
but the
Girls
guest,
thing.
I feel like the guest should just do
It's
the
Halloween.
ghost. Yeah, just do it for the holiday season, Brendan.
No fun.
Do the. Ooh. That ghost is here to party. Oh, that's my neighbor. No. Well, thanks, Brendan. And if you like Brendan, we can find you where on Twitter?
Yeah.
At
Brendo Halloran.
Brendo Halloran. You can also watch him, the things that he writes on SC with Jay and Dan on TSN. So
Follow
check
Jay
it out.
and Dan on social media.
Yeah, you can see all your extras.
Yeah.
The guys.
The guy.
Happy Halloween, everyone. Be safe. We'll see you next week. Bye.